greetings to the officials who have joined into the platform as well. May I request that we take this moment and observe a moment of silence as well as prayer and meditation. Thank you very much, honorable members. May I also remind members that the rules of the House shall apply even in this virtual sitting. I have also been informed that there will be no notices of motion or motions without notice. Honorable delegates, we will now proceed to the first order of the day, which is the consideration of rates and monetary amounts and amendments of revenue laws, and as well as the report of the Select Committee on Finance thereon, which the report was confirmed on the 23rd of February 2025. I now have an opportunity to invite Honorable Ndlovu, the chairperson of the Select Committee on Finance, to present the committee report.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson. Can I be allowed to switch off my video, Honorable Chairperson, so that I can be able, because it seems there's a noise on my background. Chair? Chairperson?
Yes, Honorable Ndlovu.
Can I be allowed to switch off my video?
Yes, you can.
Because, okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Honorable Chairperson, members of the NCOP, the Chief Whip of the NCOP, Honorable Mimang, members of the permanent delegates, and all the media platforms. Honorable members, allow me to present to you the report of the Select Committee on Finance on the Rates and Monetary Amounts Amendment Bill laws, which has been tabled on the Select Committee of Finance on Monday. Honorable members, I must indicate that the rate and monetary amounts and amendment of revenue laws was formally tabled together with the 2025 medium-term budget policy statement on the 12th November 2025. The bill contains some of the tax announcement by the Minister of Finance in the March 2025 budget review. Members, in terms of the process, the committee received a briefing from the National Treasury and the South African Revenue Service and responses on the comments received from Mr. Thabo Darlington Madisha of AMNO Price Class and the only stakeholders who made a written submission on 17 February 2026. The public hearing also, which were scheduled for 18 February 2026, did not happen as the stakeholders indicated no intention to make an oral submission. The committee held a meeting on the 24th February to consider the bill clause by clause and adopted the report. Honorable members, I must indicate that the proposed amendment on the 2025 raise bill, the summary of the proposed amendment in the 2025 raise bill increased exercise duties on alcohol beverage by 6.75%, cigarettes and cigarette tobacco by 4.75%, pipe tobacco and cigars by 6.75%. The employment tax incentive, there is a need for enhancement monitoring to ensure that the incentive leads to net job creation rather than displacement. Honorable members, I must also indicate through you, Chair, that the committee made several observations. The observations and recommendations. The committee welcomes the proposed changes in the exercise duties on alcohol and tobacco and believes that if applied consistently and in a balanced manner, tax can make alcohol and tobacco products progressively less affordable. While exercise duties are primarily designed to reduce consumption of these products to curb health risks, the committee reiterates its concern about the unintended consequences of these increases, which include increased illicit trade markets, revenue, and job losses. Members, the committee welcomes SARS' continuous intervention in addressing illicit trade on an enforcement matter, which requires a multifaceted, coordinated approach by all involved. The committee urges National Treasury and SARS to not only play a role by increasing tax to change consumer behavior, but also play a leading role in combating illicit trade by intensifying efforts in working with the relevant law enforcement authorities. Honorable members, the other areas that the committee made observation and recommendation is that it notes the proposal to extend the UDS incentive by an additional 5 years. While the committee supports the policy in terms of the incentive, which is to promote urban renewal and development in selected municipalities, it is concerning that almost 23 years later, the government still cannot determine the effectiveness of this incentive with some reasonable degree of certainty. The committee is also concerned that the identified municipalities are not complying with National Treasury Survey participation requests. Chair, lastly, the committee recommends that National Treasury should enforce compliance by the identified municipality to participate in the survey and get a reliable result, and consider adding more municipalities to the 16 identified to strengthen the survey sample to produce a reliable result. Honorable members, that is the report on from the Finance Committee on the Rates and Monetary Amount Amendment Revenue Laws. The Select Committee on Finance will consider the report and examine the Rates and Monetary Amounts and Amendment of Revenue Laws Bill. National Treasury referred to it and classified by the Joint State unclassified on the money bill. Accept the committee accepted the report, and the report has been considered. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndlovu. Honorable members, we shall now proceed to allow the political parties who want to make declarations in terms of Rule 78 to do so. I will then start with the ANC. Is there a declaration from ANC? I take it that there isn't a declaration. I'm now proceeding to the DA party.
No declaration, Chair.
Thank you very much. The MK party.
No declaration, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. The EFF party.
No, thank you, Chairperson, for the opportunity that we have been given, Chair. It should be noted, Chair, 27 years after democracy, we still don't see the impact of our local economic development. And it should also be noted that in the EFF, we raised the issue of the continuous illicit cigarettes that are getting their way into South Africa, Chairperson. Further, it should be noted that the EFF has also raised, which I think the Chairperson should also have raised of the finance, to say that we raised the concern when it comes to pertaining of how our people are being exploited by foreign nationals when they go and make withdrawals at these tax shops that are not legally registered within South Africa, whereby we do not know why our people are still being subjected to being charged more money when the banks are already charging them with any withdrawal that they are doing. So, Chairperson, those are the concerns that need to be taken to note from the side of the EFF, that we do not really support the amendments as they are standing, because it still does not speak to the unemployment in South Africa. It does not speak as to how our people are going to be brought out of poverty. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. We are now proceeding to Freedom Front.
Morning, Chairperson. No declaration for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we request PA to make a declaration if they so wish? PA? It would seem as if they don't have a declaration. I will now proceed to UDM.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. The UDM doesn't have a declaration.
No, thank you very much, honorable members. We shall now proceed.
Chairperson, you've forgotten the IFP.
Oh, yes, sorry, the IFP. My apology, Deputy Chair. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. No, we don't have a declaration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Those are the parties represented in the NCOP. We shall now proceed to the voting. Before we do that, may I request that those members who are not on the virtual platform take their seats so that we can begin with the voting. And that includes our special delegates who are being duly delegated to be part of this sitting. They are eligible to cast their votes as well. Thank you, honorable members. We now proceed to the voting on the question, and the question is that the bill be agreed to. Delegates who vote in favor, can you kindly raise your hands and keep them raised? And I will request advocate to assist with counting.
All
you.
delegates.
Members, you can lower your hands. Are there delegates who are voting against the bill? Thank you very much, honourable members. You may lower your hands. Any delegates who are abstaining? None. Thank you very much. We shall await the table staff to count for us. As soon as the results are ready, I will accordingly announce as such.
Chairperson,
Yes, Honorable Khwasi.
I had a challenge with raising my hand, so I waited for you to complete so that I can indicate that I vote in favor of the report.
Okay.
I don't know what my problem this side is. Thanks, Chair.
Okay. Can you please indicate earlier if you still encounter the same problem before we conclude on the voting? Just that we don't leave you out.
Will do, Chair. Thank you.
Same, thanks, Honorable Khwasi.
Chairperson,
Yes, Honorable Member.
Chairperson, I also had a problem. I just could not get to my hands in time. Please also record my vote as voting in favor.
Okay, please, honorable members, if you encounter same challenges, may you kindly, okay, I'll just also assist in asking prior to us concluding on the vote. Okay, thank you very much.
Morning, Chair. Please note that I'm voting against.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, honorable members. I do have the consolidated outcome of our voting. Those who have voted in favor, they are 39. And those who voted against are 10. There were no abstentions. Maybe if I may ratify that, those in favor, taking into consideration the 2 votes that has been cast by Honorable van den Berg, as well as Honorable Lekwase. That then takes us to 41 votes in total. And the 10 that I spoke to, it also included the vote of EFF member who has abstained, who has voted against. Thank you very much. And accordingly, the report has been duly approved in terms of Section 75 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we shall now proceed to the second and the third order of the day, which is the Tax Administration Law Amendment Bill and the report of the Select Committee on Finance thereon, and as well as the consideration of Taxation Laws Amendment Bill, as well as the report of the Select Committee on Finance. And accordingly, once again, I would like to invite Honorable Ndlovu to present the Select Committee's report.
Thanks very much, Chairperson Refile Motweni. Chairperson, I must first start to indicate that on the first report, on the first bill that I've indicated, I've read the report of the Select Committee. There was no rejection or objection of the report. So it must also be noted that this report is a true reflection of what transpired in the committee. So I see honorable members, they are just saying they are rejecting the report when it comes to the voting. But safe to say, honorable members, thanks again for allowing me the opportunity to table the report on the Tax Administration Laws Amendment Bill. Chair, in terms of the process, the committee received a briefing from the National Treasury and the South African Revenue Service, together with the response to comment made by the only stakeholders, Mr. Tato Madisha of Omniprice last on 17 February 2026. The public hearing that were scheduled on the 18th February 2026 did not happen as none of the stakeholders indicated the intention to make oral submission. The committee again held in the same date held a meeting on 24 February 2026 to consider the bill clause by clause, Chair, and adopt the report. Chair, as the summary of the proposed amendment in the Tax Administration Laws Amendment Bill, as presented by SARS Chair, they clarify the meaning of audit certificate issued by Public Benefits Organization. SARS required a certificate to confirm that all donation of which Section 18A receipts were issued were used solely to carry a Part 2 activity, since control over such donation is required for the tax deduction. Chair, I'm only touching on the areas that we were able to capture on the report, but the report has been ICTs. Chair, the commissioner may determine the simplified procedure by rule, including the activities of which persons participating in the international transportation of goods on an express door-to-door delivery basis must license or must license or register in terms of the Act in order to use the simplified procedure and the required and condition for making use of such procedure and documents to be used. Chair, provide for customs and exercise voluntary disclosure programs. The customs and exercise VDP also include the underpayment of VAT on the importance of goods as well as VAT on goods manufactured in the Republic, which are subject to excise duty, environmental duty or health promotion levy. Chair, there's also the VAT modernization project that is also aims to enhance South Africa's VAT administration framework. The project objective is to work with and through stakeholders to improve the tax ecosystem and address the current challenges faced by enterprise and SARS while working towards implementation of world-class VAT administration system. In the VAT context, this challenge relies on manual paper-based invoice system inefficiency in compliance, the risk of errors and tax evasion. Chair, I'm also going to deal with the comments that was captured during the committee's public participation process and the response from SARS. The stakeholders support the simplified customs entry regime as it promotes trade facilitation, I beg your pardon, and efficiency, clear bona fide inadvertent error to reduce uncertainty and to ensure fair application of understatement penalties. Customs and exercise VDP as a compliance enhancing measure and recommends continued taxpayer education to encourage updates and the enable provision of the VAT modernization project while emphasizing the need for system readiness, data projection, and adequate support for all business. Chair, the on VDP SARS indication that it has already begun creating awareness of the custom and exercise VDP among stakeholders as part of stakeholders engagement via webinar and through recognized controlling body engagement and tax practitioners meetings. In addition to that, a targeted awareness campaign is planned to ensure that communication will reach the intended external stakeholders, namely customs and exercise licensing and registrants, recognized controlling bodies and industrial bodies. SARS committed to extensively collaborate with stakeholders to ensure that business are ready, confirming that the necessary design protocol required for data projection are in place and that it will consult within government to provide support for businesses and in particular small business so that the implementation becomes an organic outcome of the business operation. SARS clarified that inspections will be risk-driven following an application by a taxpayer, and existing legislation restricts inspection of domestic premises to that part used for trade. Chair, they also makes the observation on the observation and the recommendation. The committee notes the proposed amendment in the 2025 TALAP bill. The committee supports this amendment as they are in the best interest of the taxpayers and will enable SARS to effectively execute its mandate. Chair, the committee supports the proposed amendment for the VAT modernization, the modernization project, and recommends that SARS puts measures in place to ensure that proposed system readiness and ensure that the system enhances transparency and improves efficiency in tax administration. The committee again, Chair, knows that the threshold for VAT registration has not been reviewed in the past more than 8 years or adjust for inflation. The committee recommends that SARS should consider reviewing the threshold to avoid unintended consequences that this may have on small business. Chair, the Select Committee considered and examined the tax administration law amendment bill, and the committee accepted the bill. The only part, Chair, I want to emphasize that rejected the bill in the committee meeting was the Umkhonto weSizwe. Thanks very much, Chair. Can I also, Chair, go straight to the other bill?
Yes,
I
you
don't
may.
know. I hope that these minutes are going to be added, Chair.
Yes, you may proceed, Honourable Member. You were supposed to present both bill, although we are going to vote for them separately. But you present one report that contains both bills. You may
Okay, Chair.
proceed on the
No.
third one as well.
Okay, no, thanks, Chair. I think with these minutes, our members, they will also, pardon me. Chair, in terms of the process, I think we also did the same process whereby we have only received the two submissions from the Mr. Darlington and Mr. Clive. So also on the overview, Chair, the proposed amendment in the 2025 TLAP mainly intends to ensure tax compliance, address anomalies in the tax system, close loopholes identified after the legislation was enacted, ensure fairness, certainty, and consistency in the tax system, protect the integrity of the tax base, address unintended tax avoidance consequences of the legislation, and improve revenue collection. Chair, I'm going to go to the recommendations and the recommendations and the observation. Is the committee knows the proposed amendment in the TALAP, which were made through various pieces of legislation. The committee also knows that several proposed amendments have been withdrawn in the current version of the TLAP to give credence to the tax bills. National Treasury and SARS should do due diligence to propose legislation amendment, adequately consult and consider comments and submission made by the stakeholders in various sectors in its public participation process, and made amendable changes where possible before the bills were tabled in Parliament. Chair, the committee knows that some members of the society, particularly the foreign nationals, may not be paying tax, and as expected, the committee recommended SARS follow up on that. I think that is one area that Honorable Sohisa was indicating earlier, which is also captured on the report. We hope that she will withdraw that rejection on the earlier bill. The committee notes the proposed amendment to Carbon Tax Act. The committee recommends that while specific earmarking or ring fencing may not be possible, the result of this amendment must indeed limit the potential adverse impact of the carbon tax or poor and low income households, and ensure the realization of the climate change mitigation efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emission, cost effective, and support South Africa's climate goals. Chair, on this bill, there is no objection. All the members have supported. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndlovu. Honorable members, I shall now allow political parties to make their declaration. And accordingly, I'll start with the African National Congress.
Chair, on a point of clarity, please.
Yes, you may.
Which bill are we declaring on first, please, Chair?
As I've indicated, Honorable Ryder, earlier on, that I've read jointly the second and the third order, but the bills are going to be voted for separately. And accordingly, the declaration should be on the second bill. We are still coming to the third bill. Can I request ANC?
Chairperson, honorable members, good morning. On behalf of the ANC, we have nothing to declare. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nkonyane. The DA?
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, I had written my declaration after our committee meeting on Monday, and I found myself having to amend it following the Minister's budget speech on Wednesday. I expected to rise today to demand an increase in the VAT registration threshold. For too long, government had not reviewed the threshold, placing an administrative burden on small businesses which they could not afford. But today I rise to welcome the minister's announcement that the threshold will more than double to 2.3 million. This reform may appear technical, but it has a meaningful consequence for thousands of South African businesses. The VAT threshold is not merely a number in legislation. It is the line between being able to focus on customers and being overwhelmed by compliance. When that threshold is adjusted appropriately, it provides breathing room. It reduces administrative costs and it allows entrepreneurs to reinvest time and resources into expansion, job creation, and service delivery. Honourable Chair, the importance of making life as easy as possible for small businesses cannot be emphasised enough. Small businesses collectively are a massive driver of economic growth. They're the ones creating jobs and driving the economy. I'm not suggesting that small businesses should not be paying tax, but the complexities of VAT returns should not be taking the focus off of core business. In an economy where small and medium enterprises carry a far greater share of employment growth, regulatory proportionality matters. Compliance obligations must scale sensibly with capacity. A micro enterprise should not carry the same administrative weight as a large corporate structure. In that same spirit, Chairperson, I wish to highlight the importance of reviewing the public interest score thresholds under the Companies Act. These thresholds determine whether a company requires a full audit or may rely on an independent review. For many growing firms, crossing that threshold triggers significant additional compliance costs, sometimes prematurely. While this matter falls within the regulatory framework overseen by the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, the principle is identical to that which underpins the VAT threshold adjustment. Regulation must be risk-based, proportionate, and supportive of growth. If we are serious about unlocking growth, supporting township enterprises, enabling family businesses to formalize, and allowing emerging businesses to scale responsibly, then threshold reform across the regulatory landscape must remain under active review. The adjustment in the VAT framework is a step in the right direction. May this be part of a broader, deliberate effort across departments to ensure that regulation in South Africa is smart, targeted, and growth enhancing. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ryder. May I once again remind our table staff to set the timer on at all times. We are now proceeding to MK Party.
No declaration, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. The EFF.
No, thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity again, Chair. Chair, when we speak about this taxation law, we still find, as I've narrated in my previous speaking, that foreign nationals are not paying taxes and do not pay their money, which means that there is no income that the South African revenue is going to make, which means that this is a flaw that the South African revenue needs to look into. Not enough has been done to ensure that our people are not exploited and the system is not exploited. The bill protects the elite groups whereas there is no sense of economic development for this country. Despite the minister stating that workers will no longer be subjected to unnecessary brackets to tax them, we still will not be able to support this bill because it does not speak to our people. It does not speak to people that do not get service deliveries in South Africa. It does not speak to the unemployed majority that is in South Africa. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Siwisa. The Freedom Front Plus.
No, Chairperson, no declaration. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Priet. PA Party.
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning, honorable members. Patriotic Alliance do not have a declaration to make except to say that we support the EFF decision that the illegal foreigners must go. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Farmer.
Yeah, but the
The
fact
U-
we did say that.
The UDM.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The UDM that doesn't have a
Chair,
declaration.
sorry
Thank
to
you.
interject. This is not what my WOP has said. We did not say that foreigners must go.
They that honorable of the PA must contextualize. And Comrade Sawisa, can
I
you
have
contextualize
That's
there, please?
what I'm corrected, Garrick. We didn't say that Farah must
Honorable
not speak on our behalf.
Honorable Makesin, can we please observe the rules of the House? I have not afforded you, neither yourself nor Honorable Kharik, an opportunity to speak. You can't just shoot from your hip and speak in disruption of the sitting. Can we please observe the rules at all times?
We apologize, Chair, we apologize.
Thank you very much. Apology accepted. We are now proceeding to Honorable I forgot now your surname. I'm just being distracted. The UDM. Honorable Peter.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I was hijacked by Honorable Makesini and Honorable Khareke. The UDM doesn't have any declaration. I thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much. And our sincere apology for that. The IFP, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. As the Inkatha Freedom Party, we welcome the adjustments in the tax regulations that was announced by the Honorable Minister of Finance. But we want to just caution, Chair, that although this will encourage small businesses in the townships, especially when we talk about the township economies, and we want to encourage township economies to boom, because that is the heartbeat of the township economy. But at the same time, we want to caution that we ensure that these businesses are properly regulated, because very often it is found that these businesses are selling illicit goods or they are selling expired goods, which is to the detriment of the health and well-being of those communities. So for that reason, we want to ensure that more inspectors are on the ground to regulate the businesses that will now be encouraged to open up. That will be the declaration from the IFP. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chair. I see the hand of Siwisa. I'm not so sure, Honorable Siwisa, if that's the legal.
No, thank you, Chair, for giving me the opportunity, Chairperson. I want to put it on. I want to put it on record, Chair. I'm not supporting that foreigners must go. I said foreigners do not pay taxes in South Africa, and there must be a law that is going to be accommodative of that. I just want to put it on record. I never said foreigners must go. So the PA must go and do their campaigning. They're not there. Thank you very much.
Honorable Siwisa, again, can we please observe the rules of the House? I have not given you an opportunity. You were supposed to address the House via the chairperson, not just willy-nilly. Can you refrain from doing that, please? Let's observe the rules of the House at all times. And you must also indicate on which rule are you rising on. Please, honorable members.
Chair, can I raise a point of order, please?
Yes, you may,
Which rule?
Honorable Kharik. Which rule
And
are you raising?
we don't undermine your authority. And we respect you, no? But it's incorrect of the PA to indicate that we say that foreigners must go. It's not, and don't allow them to speak, please. Because why? It's an incorrect interpretation of what my WAP has said. And I thank you, Chair.
Honorable Kharike, we will then revisit the Hansard, and accordingly we'll make a ruling in that regard, what is factual and what is not factual. Can we close it at that? Honorable members, we have
I
received
agree with you, Chair. Thank you. Thank you very much.
all the parties, and accordingly, we note the declaration of DA, EFF, as well as the IFP. We shall now proceed to the voting on the second order of the day. As I've indicated, honourable members, that we have read both the second and the third order jointly, but we need to vote separately. And accordingly, we are now going to vote for the Tax Administration Laws Amendment Bill. And immediately after that, we will then vote for the third order, which is the Taxation Laws Amendment Bill. I'll now call upon the members who are
Pardon,
voting.
Honourable Chair.
Yes,
Point of,
Honourable.
point of clarity, please. You've allowed declarations on the second bill, but you have not allowed declarations yet on the third bill. So before proceeding to vote on the third bill, you should allow, in terms of your own ruling, allow declarations on the third bill as well, please.
That's what is going to happen, Honourable Brits. Don't worry about that. Before we start with the voting, I'm going to afford an opportunity to make declaration. But now we must finalize the second order. Okay. May I call upon the hands who are voting in favor of the second order? Can I have an indication with Honorable Lekwase as well as Honorable van den Berg? Have we managed to...
Lekwase votes in favor, Chair.
Okay. Honorable van den Berg?
Chair, thank you. My hand is up.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Honourable members, you may lower your hands. I now invite members who would like to vote against the bill.
Honorable Chair, sorry, maybe Honorable PID is unable to lower her hands down. I see hands is still raising.
Honorable Maile from Gauteng. Honorable MEC,
Yes, Chair,
are you fine?
I am.
Okay.
Yes, I've lowered my hand.
Okay.
I was just struggling.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Honorable Mtwedi has voted I'm fine. Okay. Thank you very much. You may lower your hand. Can I invite those who are
Honorable
yes,
Chair.
yes. Yes, Honorable Mokai?
Chair, I just wanted to confirm. I think I missed the first part when we were voting for. I didn't raise my hand. I just wanted to note that I'm voting in favor for the decision just placed before the House. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm now inviting those who are abstaining. None. Thank you very much. The voting has closed.
Just hold, Chair. Just hold, please. Honorable Sawisa, through you, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Gerike.
My whip. Where's my whip?
Eric, can you call me aside to stop what you're doing, please?
Yes.
They were not here for you. Aye, man. Don't do your EFF stuff on this platform. You're
I don't
abusing
know what
us.
happened.
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
what happened to you today.
Eric.
We are voting here. We're trying to assist one another so that we all vote, but we can't be doing what you are doing, please. I don't know what happened. Is it Friday today?
They have been farmerized.
Okay.
No, Chair, what are you insinuating? I'm in Parliament. I'm here.
Honorable members, I know that we are here. We're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be in our constituencies today and in joint standing committees. That is why we are a bit confused. We usually don't have sittings on Fridays. We're a bit dear Makar. Okay. I have received the results of our voting, honorable members. Those who have voted in favor are 44, and those who have voted against are 10, and there are no abstainers. And accordingly, the bill has been duly agreed to in terms of rule and in terms of Section 75 of the Constitution. Again, honorable member, we are now proceeding to the last order of the day, which is the third order. As I have indicated, once again, honorable members, may I invite the political parties to make their declaration. I will start with the African National Congress.
Chair and honorable members, the African National Congress has nothing to declare. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nonkonyane. The DA party.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I will make a declaration on behalf of the Democratic Alliance. Honorable Chair, at the very heart of any economy lies its tax system. If you want to understand government's real priorities, then follow the money. And if you are a taxpayer, you should listen carefully when tax laws are amended, because you will literally pay the price when things go wrong. National Treasury and SARS are doing commendable work. We are unmistakably seeing the green shoots in the economy. Inflation is easing, the rand has strengthened, and we are off the grey list. Interest rates are down, and government borrows less and revenue collection improved. These are not accidents. It is the result of fiscal discipline and better administration. But no system is perfect, and technical amendments to tax laws are sometimes necessary. However, in the tax context matters. In a fragile economy, government's overriding focus should be on economic growth and jobs. Tax policy must enable businesses to start, survive, and expand. It should not place new obstacles in the path of small businesses, burden existing taxpayers further, or introduce unnecessary complexity for ordinary South Africans planning their estates or writing their wills. This bill also lowers the income threshold for ring-fenced assessed losses. But let us be honest, small businesses and entrepreneurs often and unavoidably make losses in their early years. Despite Treasury's assurances that ring-fenced losses can still be carried over, restricting small businesses' ability to carry those losses further makes survival harder, not easier. And when small businesses close, jobs disappear. Finally, the proposed amendments to Section 25B add further complexity to the taxation of trusts, and complexity increases compliance costs for businesses and ordinary citizens alike. And that is not efficiency, it is friction. So we must ask, what kind of tax system do we want to build? One that supports growth, investment and jobs, or one that adds uncertainty, complexity and risk? The DA believes in a tax system that supports entrepreneurs, attracts investment, leads to tangible economic growth and rewards private initiative and work. We support efficient revenue collection, but we also advocate for pro-growth, pro-jobs and pro-taxpayer through clarity, policy certainty and growth. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Brits. We are now proceeding to the MKP party.
No declaration, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. The EFF.
No, thank you, Chairperson. The EFF rejects the bill, Chair, because the urban development zone tax incentives has not yielded any results to date. Chairperson, we still find municipalities that still cannot produce or show as to where the incentives has gone, Chairperson. What is more surprising, Chairperson, is the role or the the approach that SARS has taken towards the UDZ tax incentive to say that it must be extended for another 5 years, Chairperson, whereas there is no comprehensive evaluation that has been done to ensure or to show results that the UDZ tax incentives has actually worked for our local economic development. So on that note, Chairperson, the EFF is rejecting this bill. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Honorable Suisa. Freedom Front.
Sorry, Chairperson, I couldn't find my microphone. No declaration for the Freedom Front Plus, thanks.
Thank you very much. PA Party.
Thank you, Chairperson. The Patriotic Alliance will not make a declaration, and we love the EFF. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Farmer. The UDM Party.
Thank you, Chair. The UDM doesn't have any declaration. Thank you, Chair.
Very much. The IFP.
Thank you, Chair. IFP has no declarations.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chair. We are now proceeding to the voting, honorable members, and accordingly, I would start with those members who are voting in favor. Honorable Khwase, are we fine?
Voting in favor, Chair.
Thank you very much, honorable members. You may lower your hands. Those who are voting against, they may raise their hands. Thank you very much, honorable members. You may lower your hands. Members who are abstaining may raise their hands. Honorable Makesini.
Legacy hand, I have lowered it. Thanks, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, honorable members. That then concludes our voting. Honorable members, I've received the results from our front table desk. Those who have voted in favor, they are 42. And those who have...
Chair.
Yes, Honorable Mampuru.
Chair, I think I was struggling to raise my hand here. You can note my hand. I'm voting against. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Chairperson,
Honorable Gerike?
No, maybe there's a misunderstanding. I thought our WAP will lead us here. But I'm also voting against. Thank you.
But how, honorable members, can we be reminded that we are voting individually, not by party line? So we are voting individually. Can I request, because now there's a confusion with this regards, I'm going to rerun this, honorable members. Please, let's not do this. I have the results, and what is happening now, it's just going to distort everything. I have seen the pattern of your voting earlier on. Now, I'm no longer sure what is happening because now you're inflating the numbers. Can I afford you an opportunity once again, honorable members? Please, let's not do this again. Those who are voting in favor, honorable members, can we do it once again?
And Lekwase votes in favor, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Kwasi. Thank you very much. You may lower your hands. Those who are voting against, please cast your vote, Honorable Gerike. Thank you very much. And those who abstain, please lower your hand, Honorable Makesini. Thank you very much, honorable members.
Sorry, Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Kaunda.
Yes, my phone had freezed. I voted in favor.
Okay.
Thank you.
And me too, Honorable Chair. I think I had a technical problem. PAD. I voted in favor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, honorable members. I do have the results of the votes that were casted. Those who voted in favor are 44, and those who voted against, they are 13, and there were no abstentions. Accordingly, the bill has been duly adopted by the House in terms of Section 75 of the Constitution. Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, we would like to take this opportunity and thank you for making time so that we pass through these bills. And once again, we would like to take this opportunity and thank our special delegates for being part of this sitting of today. And accordingly, the meeting stands adjourned.